Hello, everyone. Hope you are well. Happy January 1st of 2022. And I'm sitting here in short sleeves and shorts, which is very strange, even for North Georgia in January, because usually January and February are coldest months, but it is a very strange winter so far as the weather. Now, that can turn on a dime. So we have to be ready for that. It's part of this video. Is your home ready for 2022? Now, your home encompasses a lot. That's your structure, that's your security, any outbuildings, your automobiles. Those are all extended parts of your home, right? So I am going to go over this as concise as I can. May end up being more than one video. Let me know if you want me to do a video where I break this down further on some of these things. But 2022, for a lot of people, understandably, it's a little anxious. It's angst where there's just a lot of uncertainty coming up with this year, based on the last 2 years, of course. I think one thing that we can do, the best thing we can do to relieve some of that anxiety, that angst, is to be prepared, better prepared, or not to be complacent with our preparation. Be as prepared as we can, keep on stacking it, and shore up what we are lacking in. And the more prepared you are, the less anxious you are. And that goes with a lot of things. I mean, think about the job interview, for instance. The more you're prepared for that job interview, it's a nerve-wracking experience, right? So the more prepared you are for that, the less anxious, the less nervous you are going into it, because you're armed with preparation, okay? And you perform better then, always. So taking that, I'm going to break it down into a couple of different things here. It's just a good time to take stock of what you do have, your preps, and shore those up. Do you have an inventory of what you have? Do you know how many cans of tomato sauce you have right now? Do you know what you do have stacked away down there, wherever you have it? And so the home, first of all, the home itself. Now that also includes your property as well. Like I said, that covers a lot. The house, whether you're in a house, apartment, condo, and your land, your automobile, lawn equipment, livestock, animals, whatever you do have. One thing I do believe, and I'm not big into predicting things for 2022, it's just hard to make predictions, but I do believe that crime will continue to rise. It has been a trend through the last year, especially towards the end of last year, and crime is going to continue to go up with the economic issues we have, unemployment, you name it. Crime is going to continue, and something you really have to prepare for your home is security and being ready for that. Criminals, especially thieves, that's the most common thing. They want an easy target. So the more layers of security, the more you're prepared for that, the better. If they see, they don't want to go through a lot of trouble typically to steal things or to grab something. They just want to make the easy thing, the easy theft and keep going. So first thing I think of is security. And that's fencing. If you have a fence, or you're going to say, well, Dawg, that costs a lot of money. I know. If you don't have a privacy fence, what about a chain link fence? Any fencing, anything is good. Anything is a deterrent. I know it's not an end-all, be-all. If you don't have a chain link fence, how about a T-post and chicken wire or something, if you're able to do that where you live. Any layer of security is good. If you have a security system, that's awesome. Also think about what that could be if the power's out, though. So cameras, lighting is super important. They do make security lights that run on batteries / solar. So that is something to think about as well. Think about your outbuildings. If you have a shed or barn or something like that, make sure that's lit up well, very well in the evening. So lighting, cameras, dogs. You have dogs, even if they're not large, intimidating dogs, even small ones are a deterrent. Even if you don't have dogs, think about signage, signs, a beware the dog sign. Put it on, we have them on our fence. And we have small dogs. I mean, it's not like they're bloodthirsty attack dogs by any means. They would probably just lick somebody, if they came in here. But they are loud. They bark a lot. They're like an alert system for us. So any dogs can be a deterrent. Signage is good. Even if you don't have a security system, how about a sign that has, if you can get a hold of one that says that you are protected by XYZ security company, whatever. So think about those things. What can you do to secure your home better? Your locks. Can you upgrade your locks, your bolt locks, your windows? Can you seal them better? Just little things like that. Not have to be necessarily expensive upgrades. You know. So that's the home. Those are just things, and I'm probably leaving out a lot of stuff. Let me know what your ideas are on that or what you've done. Defensive tools. Okay, if you're not comfortable with a firearm, okay, you need to have something. All right, you need to be armed with something more than foul language and spitballs. So if you don't have a firearm, if you don't feel comfortable with that, okay. So, how about wasp spray, bear mace, pepper spray, something to buy you some time, some kind of defense. A Louisville slugger. They still make Louisville sluggers. Strategically place them around the home, and practice your swing a little bit every now and then. Be careful with that. Don't hurt you if you're practicing. But again, thieves want an easy target. Okay, automobiles, garage, that kind of thing. If you have a garage and you're able to park your vehicles in, do that. Okay. If you can't, I get it. If you're parking your vehicles outside your home, make sure they're locked. Okay, I don't care where you live. You say, well, dog, I live in a real safe neighborhood. It's all red, red community, whatever. Lock your vehicles. Okay. And if you have a garage door opener and you park your vehicles outside, make sure you take your garage door opener inside with you. You don't want to make that an easy thing. I mean, if somebody breaks in your car, then they can just open your garage door, boom, they're in your home. So keep that in mind. Don't leave your garage door opener in the car, all right, if you're parking outside. Don't keep valuables in there. Even if you keep it locked up, they break in. A lot of times thieves are just looking for unlocked automobiles out there in the park driveway. They can just easily grab something. So keep your valuables in the home, okay? Winter, even if it's not winter, you need to keep certain things in your vehicle. And this might depend on where you live. The climate where you live, you might need to alter this a little bit. But as far as what we keep in our vehicles, gloves, hat, a map, like a real map, in case the GPS is out, ponchos, flashlight, knife, walking shoes. If you have to do some walking, you break down, you have to do some walking or whatever happens. Some kind of shoes you're able to walk in. Water, little extra water, snack. I keep some protein bars in our vehicles. Jumper cables. Okay. Tire inflator is invaluable. A tire inflator that can be powered. You can put it in your the power outlet in your car. It can be powered by that. I've used that more than anything in the last couple of years. I bought one at Aldi for like $25, I think, and I've used it several times and helping neighbors out too with it. So tire inflator, it's small, doesn't take up a lot of room. First aid kits, and is your battery on your vehicle in good shape? In extreme weather, extreme cold, or extreme hot, that can help zap a battery that's going low, or old. Equipment, lawn care. If you have a lawnmower, weed eater, that kind of stuff, in the winter, go out there and crank it a couple of times, especially the weed eater. If you let that sit all winter and you try to get out there in April and you're trying to cut the grass and you haven't cranked it all winter, a little tough, isn't it? Especially if it has a little age on it. So crank it up, let it run a little bit, a couple of times in the winter, okay? And that'll make it easier come around March, April when you're starting to crank it all up, okay? Check your oil, check your fuel for all that stuff, okay? Make sure you got what you need for it. Gardening supplies, if you do a garden or you're starting one or you're expanding, whatever. Make sure you now is the perfect time to get supplies if you haven't done it already. Your soil, your seeds, mulch, work on your compost. If you get the supplies you need for raised beds, all right? The tools, get all that in place. That way when March, April comes in, boom, you just do it. Speaking of compost, a couple of quick tips. We use leaves for compost as well. Leaves, they break down. It takes them a while to break down, but they make good compost. Coffee grounds. Coffee grounds work very well. We use those. And food scraps, of course. Give me your ideas in the comments. Let me know, let everybody know what you use for compost or any ideas on gardening, getting ready for that. Welcome. Please welcome all the comments on that. So those are just some things. Of course, food and water is huge. I don't have time. I'm not going to make the video go too much longer. So I'll probably do that in a separate video. Or if you want me to break down something a little bit more, especially automobile preparation or anything like that, I'll do a separate video on that. But I just wanted to give some ideas right now, with the first of a new year, to take stock of what you have and then prepare for the year. I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good day. God bless you, and I will see you soon.